Hi friends, I'm Saravanan. I just want to report an incident which has happened with me. For me, with Google Pay, the new app. You might have heard that name as Trust. It was earlier and it was acquired by Google and they renamed. What happened was that recently I have transferred an amount using Google Pay and to one of my friend where the last two number was replaced actually. But I gave the IFSC code and the recipient name is correct. But though they have transferred it to a different account, and they said the transaction is successful, and I asked them what is the issue with the transaction. They told me that there is no issue with the transaction since they perform the operation only with respect to the account number. Most of us might have used the test app. uh, they have an option to register with respect with the mobile number. You may hear that a BIM, UPI. We have a lot of names for that, where the account transaction happens with respect to the mobile number. I would appreciate it because that is quick and we would save some time. But the same interface is the Google Pay, which is using. They should use it only with respect to the account number, but actually, sorry, the mobile number. But what happened was that they have a form where they asked me to do a bank transfer. They asked me to enter the recipient name, IFSC code, and double confirmation on the account number. Accidentally, I mistyped it, but I told the same to them. They said that they will take it as a consideration and they will enhance it further. Actually, they told me to go to the bank and ask for the remittance, but they are not willing to take it as a responsibility. That is a fault from their end. They should accept that it's a fault from our end. We don't have mechanism of checking the recipient name and the code number, uh, wherein which we are checking only with the respect to that account number. And they told me upfront over the call that if the account number valid, then the processing will happen. But I'm not sure that what type of testing they did. That is, they are not a startup company. They are renowned companies for quite a decade actually. They're into all the departments, but these silly things, it's making weird actually. I don't know how they are concerned about the money of the public. If they are developing an application, they should always test it against it. And they are into multiple domains. They have a multiple products, but but these kind of things, when they are going into a new diversification, I would say it's a diversification because they are introducing a payment platform which may be useful for a large number of consumers or customers or whatever it is. But if this basic check is not made, which may ruin the money, because person who is sending the money from one account to another account on an emergency basis, and it works on IMPS base, instant money transfer. Okay, I would appreciate it. I'm appreciating their model and architecture, what they are using it, and their whatever so and so. But basic is being missed, and when a banks comes in, RBI also comes in. As per RBI guidelines, they should always check whether the recipient name, IFSC code entered, and the account number is correct or not. That is what an interface should do actually. But they are very least bothered about that. They just need they, they just need to transact it. They are not concerned about the transaction is successful, whether the transaction initiated with the correct details or not. They are not checking that. I have a conversation which has been recorded for that. I would add that link to this video descriptions. And most probably, we are at India, and here the banking system works very slow. My the sender account sender account is I transfer the amount from my ICICI bank actually, though it's a private bank. if we have credited it to a wrong account number, then it is an issue we cannot retrieve back actually. um, so I, I'm just had a concern about how to retrieve the money back. However, I'm going to raise a complaint against my bank as well as with RBI on this case actually. Because that is what they have guided me. So I should go to the bank, and bank will say that you haven't used the bank interfaces. You have used as third-party interfaces. We can't help it out. Then they will go and raise an issue with a banking ombudsman, and they will say that as per our guidance, you have initiated the transaction, and you should be aware of the account number and everything. Since the interfaces is not with us, then you should go and contact the interfaces. So this round robin methodologies comes, they say that this is not within our bucket, it is with their bucket. These things will happen. So that's what I thought of, uh, just recording and video what has happened, and I will add that conversation what has happened with the Google support for this. So let's be sure that whenever we are going to make an interfaces, or whenever we are going to make interfaces, we should be aware that whenever they are whenever we are sending an money, we should always type in the correct account along with the other informations actually. I just want to give a heads up on to all of my friends who are in YouTube or Facebook or Twitters, whatever it is. They should not face the same consequences with other interfaces. Nowadays we have a lot of wallets actually. The security concern is also there, but the issue is that whenever you are using a wallet, make sure that if the security measures are done, and then sending a money from your account to a third party account should be taken care. Okay, thank you.